The professor was a strange man. He was tall and thin, with long white hair and a beard. He always wore a long black coat, even in the summer. He was a brilliant scientist, but he was also very eccentric. He would often disappear for days at a time, and when he returned, he would always have some new and strange theory about the universe. One day, the professor announced that he had discovered a way to travel through time. He invited a group of students to his laboratory to witness his experiment. The students were skeptical, but they were also intrigued. They gathered around the professor as he began to work. The professor placed a large metal sphere in the center of the laboratory. He then surrounded the sphere with a complex array of electronic equipment. He flipped a switch, and the equipment began to hum. The professor began to chant a strange incantation. Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and the sphere disappeared. The students gasped in amazement. The professor had done it. He had actually traveled through time. The professor stepped out of the sphere. He was wearing a different outfit, and his hair and beard were shorter. He looked at the students and smiled. "I have been to the future," he said, "and I have seen things that will amaze you." The professor went on to tell the students about the future. He told them about new technologies, new discoveries, and new ways of life. The students were enthralled. They had never heard anything like it before. The professor's experiment had changed the world. He had opened up a new dimension of possibilities. The students were excited to see what the future held. The professor continued to work on his time machine. He made improvements to the design, and he made it easier to use. He eventually opened up a time travel business, and he offered people the opportunity to travel to any point in history. The professor's time machine was a success. People from all over the world came to visit him. They traveled to the past to see historical events, and they traveled to the future to see what the world would be like. The professor lived a long and happy life. He used his time machine to make the world a better place. He helped people to understand the past, and he helped them to plan for the future. He was a true pioneer, and he will be remembered for his contributions to science and to humanity.